I've got a date tonight, so get ready with me. First, I will dry my hair last because I like to let it air dry as much as possible because I don't like using the hair dryer. I just don't. But I just brush it so that it at least will dry normal. So I heard, yeah, you're supposed to brush going like this. Have you heard that? Oh, in case I hadn't mentioned, you're watching the Christiana 321. I am the Christiana. This is the first time in a long time, actually maybe ever, that I'm getting out my makeup. It's the first time maybe ever that I'm going into a date completely blind. Normally you've got friend recommendation or using the Feeling Bubbly color pop palette. I like to go very light on a first date. You know, I don't want to scare them off or think that this is how I always look. Beautiful. Love it. And mascara. Because, yeah, probably by the second date. Maybe third date. This isn't happening anymore. Yeah, normally you've got a friend recommendation, or you at least, have looked your date up online to get kind of the vibe. See what people have said about your date in the past. I also don't go very heavy on the eye makeup just because I feel like the glasses kind of do that for me. I use the Daisy May by Colleen Ballinger lipstick. It's very light. Cute. But what am I gonna wear? Much better. Alright, so I am wearing a sunflower dress. Oh, gotta bring that in a little bit. I am not going on that kind of date. Yeah, it's floor length. I do have fuzzy socks on. That's because I'm gonna wear some warm boots. And yeah, I'm also gonna have to bundle up because it's Wisconsin in the winter. Let's go pick up my date because I can't drive. Okay, so I brought my date back to my house. Scandalous. Alright, hopefully I put it in the title. If it's not obvious by now, we're talking about Blind Date with a Book. So for the last couple of years actually, anytime I saw one of the Blind Dates with a Book stand, I picked one up with the idea that I would do a Valentine's Day blind date with a book with one or all of these. Now, two of these are from, I'll be right back. So 2 of these are from independent bookstores, 2 of these are from bigger chains. And I'll say all of them, I only filmed me picking up one of them. Why? I don't know, because I was dumb and didn't plan out my videos when I started doing these. But we'll go through some assessments of it. And I can't decide how I want to do this video. I have gone back and forth between like actually reading all of these and then giving you guys a review, or just doing an unboxing, or doing them one at a time and letting you guys pick which ones to do next. But I really want to know what's in these books, or what books are in these packages. Alright, what we're going to do, oh no. So looking at this one that I bought, I think last year around this time, I think I know what book it is now. Alright, so this one was $16.99 and I got it from a Barnes & Noble. It is the prettiest package. It is a murder mystery published in 2019, dark, tense, medium paced. A group of friends on vacation in the Scottish Highlands, a New Year's Day murder. I am currently, one second. I know it looks like it opened, but I've not peeked. 1 minute. I am currently about halfway through The Hunting Party by Lucy Foley, which is about a group of friends who for New Year's go on vacation to the Scottish Highlands, and there's a murder. So, but it wasn't published in 2019. Yep, published in 2019. I have decided what I'm going to do is I'm gonna unbox or open all of these books and let you know what my initial thoughts are. So because yeah, if I've already read them or am in the process of reading them, alright. Oh, I have class in about 16 minutes, so we're gonna go through these quickly. Most of the blind date with the books, that shows the books. Most of the blind dates with the book, you get a little description, and it could be a lot, or it could be a little. This one I feel like is on the shorter side. It's just a couple of bullet points. They don't want anything that's going to give it away, like character names or author names or anything like that. But just so you can kind of pick out one that is a good fit. Kind of like going to a matchmaking thing. These are the kinds of books that I like, and then they pick out one randomly for you. Alright, so let's see if I'm right. All of that to say, the one that I got today from Lions Books, that you saw the clip of, none of their books had a description, so you really were only going based off size. I think they said that it was all classic books, like classical literature, which I hope doesn't mean that it's a used book. They have a lot of used books in there, which is fine, but I don't know. It was only, I think, $8, so it would make more sense for it to be used in a book that maybe they're trying to get rid of. If you think that you know what any of these are, let me know down below. You gotta comment before I open them, because otherwise it's cheating. I've got no way to check, so it's just on the honor system. Well, if any of you guys would like a new copy of The Hunting Party, let me know. Otherwise, it's gonna end up in a little library around Nina. Oh, that's so funny. Because I only got my copy, the copy that I've been reading. I think I just bought back in October, so very recently, not knowing I already had this on my shelf. Ugh. Okay. Next. Oh, so this one was $17. I got it from an independent bookstore in Hoshton, Georgia, which is a very small town. I think it's called Once Upon a Story. But they had a display. Theirs are handwritten, I think, by the owner. And the way that they did it is they wrote a number up in the corner to let the cashier know what book it was. And then you didn't have to worry about seeing it on the receipt. Barnes & Noble, they warned me the title would be on the receipt, so I just didn't get a receipt from them. Also, I don't like getting receipts. Okay, so the description here. You'll get to experience the bright lights of the big city on this date. Meet lots of new theatrical friends on this journey. I don't know, and it doesn't give you a whole lot to go off of. The big city, theatrical friends, could be New York, Broadway kind of book, which I don't really know. I have When the Curtain Falls, which is not Broadway, it's West End in London, but that's also a big city. Alright, guesses down below for Once Upon a Story. Blind date. Oh, I need to hurry up. Ooh. It's A City of Girls by Elizabeth Gilbert. You don't have to be a good girl to be a good person. I don't know what that means. 19-year-old Vivian Morris has just been kicked out of Vassar College in 1940 owing to her lackluster freshman year performance. Her affluent parents sent her to Manhattan, we're right, New York, to live with her Aunt Peg, who owns a flamboyant theater. There, Vivian is introduced to an entire cosmos of unconventional and charismatic characters, but when Vivian makes a personal mistake that results in a professional scandal, it will lead her to a new understanding of the kind of life she craves and the kind of freedom it takes to pursue it. Interesting. It is a New York Times bestseller. Very much not what I was expecting. It is rather thick, so if you've been following along with my bookish vlogs for the year, this will have to wait until maybe June or so. But it does seem interesting. 1940s. It is a strange time in the world. Right. So this one I got from Second and Charles, which is a bookstore that has a lot of used books but also a lot of new books, and the chain, I think, mostly on the East Coast. If you've been to one, let me know. There's one in Augusta that I used to go to a lot. I know several of them closed recently though. Anyway, so they've got a good mix of new and old. This one is two sisters, once close, are driven apart by a family tragedy. Now adults, the anniversary of the tragedy causes the sisters to be thrown together again. Adult fiction. It's $5.75. There are lots of books out there about sisters that this could be. The guesses down below. Second and Charles blind date book. Trying to think, there's a couple that have movies or like TV shows that come out. I feel like this is going to be one that has a movie, and when I read it, I see the title, I'm going to be like, oh, of course. No. First Comes Love by Emily Griffin. I mean, the back says about what it said on the front. So for the Second and Charles one, They had a lot, like if you read the front bit, they had a lot that said the exact same thing. So I think they just chose a handful of books to do for blind date with a book and then just wrapped all of their copies up. I'm not enticed by this cover. Have any of you guys heard of this? It says it's the author of Something Borrowed, which I have heard of. Interesting. And last, and hopefully not least, the book that I got from Lions Books in Neenah, Wisconsin. It's very cute. They had some that were wrapped up in like prettier wrapping paper, but I just like the way that this one looked, and I felt like everybody was going to go for the prettier wrapped, the like striped wrapped ones, and so I wanted to be different and show some love to this other kind. Alright, but yeah, there's no description. I know it's a hardback. They were all hardbacks. And it is about that thick. Guesses? Ooh, I see a beautiful green. Ooh. Oh! Sorry for just noises. Kidnapped by Robert Louis Stevenson. Isn't that the guy who wrote Treasure Island? Or another classic book that I have actually read. This is the picture. I don't know if that's supposed to be the author or the person, one of the characters, but it's not a very flattering picture. This is very much classic literature, like the typeface. I don't know what it is about this particular typeface, but it is bringing back memories. It smells very old. Like this smells like my elementary school library, which is you know exactly what you want in a book. All right, so there we have it. 4 blind dates. One of them, you know, was kind of disappointing because I've already, you know, dated them before. Currently dating them. It's a good book though, and so it was a good choice. That's the only one that I can comment on right now. As far as whether I think I'll like it, I'm pretty sure I'll like the Robert Louis Stevenson book, the Kidnapped one. I don't really know anything about it, so I don't know why I'm saying that. It's like the memoirs of somebody. Memoirs and Adventures of David Balfour. In the year 1751, how he was kidnapped and cast away, his sufferings in the desert isle, his journey in the wild highlands, blah 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 blah. But so I feel like I will enjoy this, if nothing else other than like the feeling of reading it, just holding it. I like holding this. These other two though, the City of Girls and First Comes Love, I don't know, could go either way. I feel like I have seen a lot of people read City of Girls though, so that's probably a good one. The only one that is really, really a wild card to me is this First Comes Love. But it's about sisters, and it seems like it's going to be interesting. I just don't know. So we'll see. Have you ever done a blind date with a book? What book did you get? Have you ever read any of these books? Alright. Well, I'm going to go on my date now, by which I mean keep reading The Hunting Party, since apparently that's one of my blind date books. And I will talk to you soon. Actually, happy Valentine's Day. This is coming out on Valentine's Day. There is a surprise bonus video on Thursday this week, which don't get used to it. I don't know when I'm going to be able to go back to being committed to a 2 video per week schedule, but for Valentine's Day, I had 2 Valentine's ideas battling in my head for which one I wanted to do. So I did them both. Good night, sweet dreams.